Hello there guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Now today is going to be another Q&A. Now I apologise, it's been a while since the last one. I didn't really do anything for October, so this is kind of making up for it now, and I'll do one later on in November, kind of towards the end. But before getting into the questions, if you do enjoy the video, then let me know in the comments below. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss out on any more of my content. So I'm going to do this from top to bottom, starting off with Padawan of Christ. He's asked, what do you think / hope comes in the Rise of Skywalker season for Star Wars Battlefront 2? So we know that in December we're getting Rise of Skywalker content, and we know there's going to be some sort of kind of focus on reinforcements. We know we're getting a new map as well, so the fact that we're getting a new map as well is great. Honestly, I think that should come for GA, and hopefully we'll get some stuff for Capital Supremacy as well in the future, because I really feel like that can really pave the way for the start of CS, or a large scale map for the sequel trilogy. So in terms of more content in general, I'm really hoping we see a skin for Palpatine, Kylo Ren, Rey and Finn, and then I'm also hoping we get some customization options for the Resistance, and in that case I guess Rebels as well, maybe with different alien species. Some first order customization would be really nice as well, and if we get some new reinforcements, either being something like the Sith Troopers, whether there'll be a skin or not we don't know, because there are a lot of them, but it'll be nice to see if we can have that as either a skin or reinforcement in the game for sure. So some hero skins, some troop skins, and a new reinforcement along with the map as well, I think would be my ideal situation with the Rise of Skywalker content. Next up we have Vanko, and he's asked, what do you think about instant action? So again, this is obviously talking about Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now, I don't really play instant action, like the whole offline stuff isn't really my thing, but I am really happy that it is in the game for sure. And there's a lot of people out there, a large community, who really wanted it in the game, and I think for a lot of people it's a great thing to have as well, especially if your Wi-Fi or internet isn't that great. So instant action is really nice. There's a few options that I think are missing, and the fact that it's only on Clone Wars at the moment, along with like a essentially Conquest, it's not as good as it could be. There's a ton of potential for it though, which I'm really hoping gets built on as time goes by, with obviously the original trilogy era, the sequel trilogy era, different game modes as well. I did do a video many weeks ago now, I think back in late September, with potential instant action game mode ideas, one of which was Capture the Flag, so I think it would be awesome if we got to see that. So overall, I'm really happy that instant action is in the game, and I think it's got a ton of potential as well, so I definitely need to see that in the future. Next up we have your boy Drew with, do you have a catchphrase? If you had one, what would it be? And now I don't have a catchphrase, and honestly I've never really thought about what it would be. I guess it could just be almost like my sign off on the streams or videos, you know, thanks for watching and all that stuff. But honestly, I haven't really thought about that too much. I don't really have a catchphrase. It's not really something I would do really. We then have the chosen one with Yawanawanga.
They wanna wonga.
Oh my.
Next question is from Zorkin, and that is, why is Zorkin not in your featured channels? Well, if you made some content on YouTube, then perhaps I would definitely put you on, my dude, but because you don't actually make content, you know, I feel like, you know, the featured channels is there for people who make content. So I appreciate everything you've done for me, my dude, but it's not going to happen unless you make YouTube content. Next we have a question from Morgan Yu, and this is, do you think Leia is due for a buff? If so, do you have any ideas what they can improve, add or remove? Now, I don't really have that much of an issue with Leia, and actually seeing this question last week, I actually decided to play with Leia a couple times on Heroes vs Villains and GA over the last few days really, so having that kind of bit more of an experience with Leia, I don't really feel like she needs a buff. The only issue with Leia I have is the fact that she gets taken down so easily by lightsaber heroes. I mean, if you shoot a saber hero in the head, like, you'll take them out pretty nicely, but there is an issue as well, just in the body. I don't feel like it does enough damage against heroes, to be honest. So I feel like if they were going to buff Leia, that might be nice to kind of have a few more on the body shots maybe, because her headshots are lethal, but on the body it's just not too great. So I feel like the main issue with Leia really is just how she goes up against heroes, but apart from that I don't really have too many issues with her. Peony asks 9num versus Chewbacca, who wins? Now, to all you Celestin fans out there, or you Celestins in general, I apologise, but you've always got to let the Wookiee win with this, so I think Chewbacca's going to win. Now we have a question from Beast Gamer, which is, what is your favourite Star Wars game? Now that's got to be Star Wars Battlefront 2 2017. I know for some that might be hard to hear because you may not like Battlefront 2017, or you might think, oh, it's got so many issues, but for me, Battlefront 2017 is a game I've played so consistently over the last pretty much 2 years now, ever since it released back in November 2017, the 17th, or I got it on the 14th actually, but I've been playing it so consistently, and I've had a lot of fun actually like streaming it and making content for it, and it's obviously nice to go back to the original Battlefront games and play those and do a mod series for that, but I think this Battlefront 2017 game has got to be my favourite Star Wars game at the moment. We'll see when Jedi Fallen Order comes out. Obviously, for the video going up, it's less than 2 weeks away now, so that has definitely got potential maybe to be my favourite. Who knows? We then have a question from Nuggy Ninja, and he says, "Can I has Babu Frick?" No, you cannot. We've discussed this before, Ninja. You're not having him. He's mine. And lastly, we've got some questions from 124 Gaming. There's a few here. So it's, what games did you used to play before Star Wars? Now, honestly, I don't know. I've been playing Star Wars for as long as I can remember, back on the PS2 with Battlefront games, with the Lego Star Wars games, moving on to like PS3 with Force Unleashed, and then obviously now we've got Battlefront 2 and obviously Fallen Order coming up as well. I played like a little bit of quite a lot of Wipeout on the PS1, and apart from that though, not really anything too much, but I've been playing Star Wars games since I can remember, to be honest, so there's that one. He then asks, what's your second favourite game franchise? And for me, I'd probably say Call of Duty, to be honest. The last few years has been pretty shaky with the game, but I've always found myself enjoying it. You know, it's a fast-paced first-person shooter, which I always enjoy. And with the Modern Warfare game as well, like the customization options with the camos, the way the gunplay and movement works, I really enjoy. Sprint speed could be a bit higher, but Call of Duty for me has got to be the second favourite franchise, to be honest, other than Star Wars. And then there's also the last question of the video, which is, what inspired you to make YouTube videos? And this again from 124 Gaming. So what kind of inspired me really is that, I mean, for many years I've kind of been thinking about doing YouTube anyway, and I actually posted a couple clips from the PS4 exclusive game called Drive Club. I actually did a few commentaries on that ages ago, but I've taken them down now, and that was on a different channel, which I can't really remember anything about, to be honest. It was a good like 4 years ago now, I think, maybe 5. So there was kind of always an inkling in my head that I wanted to do YouTube anyway, just as a bit of fun. But then with my excitement for Battlefront 2, ever since the Star Wars Celebration trailer, I was sat in my brother's room on the floor just kind of bringing up loads of potential content for the game, what they might have at launch and all these other things, and that kind of passion and excitement for the game, along with the fact that I used to watch Star Wars HQ a lot, and obviously Star Wars HQ, they're identical twins, Robbie and Ryan, so it's kind of the fact that I'm also an identical twin. It was kind of really, I could look up to those guys and be like, that, you know, I really want to be in that situation as well, because at the time as well, obviously my brother wanted to do YouTube as well, sort of, so it was just been really nice to be able to get into the position that they were in, and you know, that's kind of always a future goal, to be able to do YouTube full time, doing stuff on Star Wars and then streaming other games on the second channel is just the dream really. So being able to do that, I think, is definitely my inspiration and what motivates me a lot at the moment. But that is all the questions for today's video, guys. Thank you all very much for the questions. I'm gonna post a community post out soon about the upcoming Q&A later this month. So this Q&A, as I said, made up for kind of October, how I missed that one. So I will be doing one later this month, towards very much towards the end of it. Ask any questions for the next Q&A in the comments as well, and on the community post. I'll be checking both when I get to it. That's it for today. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the force be with you always.